Jez here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to make a money wallet. It's my son's birthday tomorrow, and so we're giving him money and a few other little bits. So I wanted to dress it up and make a money wallet. This is retired stuff, but it matches a gift box that I made to go with it. So I've made it so that it has a little bit of extra give there, because you might be putting a big wadge in, I thought. And then I just sort of decorated the inside. It's a magnetic closure. And so I'm going to make it again in the Come Sail Away paper, which I just think is wonderful for mail projects. So I'm going with Night and Navy. So this will be for my other son, whose birthday is in November. Okay, so quite straightforward. So this is Night of Navy, and this is 6 1/4 by 8. I'm matting on Whisper White. So this is for the back piece, and this is 6 inches by 3 1/4, and then the mat is 5 3/4 by 3. All the measurements will be on my blog, and I have started putting inches and centimetres. So yeah, that takes a bit of time, but hopefully you appreciate it. Then this smaller piece is 6 inches by 1 3/4, and then this is 5 3/4 by 1 1/2. And then for the front flap, this is 6 by 2 1/4. I've cut 2 of those, so you've got one on the inside for putting a message, and then this is 5 3/4 by 2, and that's the wrong way round. So I cut them from the same strip, so the stripes kind of all follow. Not that it really matters. I didn't actually think about it on this one, and I think I was just piecing scraps on this one. Actually, if I'd have turned that round, it probably would have done that, but as you can tell, you can't really notice. Maybe on the front it would look nice. And then I've just got a couple of scraps. So these are the bits for the side, sort of concertina bit, and these are 1 inch by 1 7/8, and then scraps to put the sentiment on the front, and I have used the stitched rectangles for that. And the stamp set that I'm using is the Perennial Birthday. Love that Happy Birthday. I think it's really good. It's nice and bold for males, even though the rest of it's floral. And I'm using Night of Navy. So that's it. So let's get on. Now you've got all the recipe, let's get on. So we need my scoreboard to do a bit of scoring on. Oh no! Oh, thank goodness for that. I'm right in front of my window, and there's a bit of a windowsill, but if it had slipped down behind, I'd had to have pulled out this whole thing to have got that piece of paper, and actually I probably wouldn't have bothered. I'd have just cut another. So on the long side, we are going to score at 2 and 5 1/2. And then for these little bits here, we are going to score at 1/4, 1/2 and 3/4. Do the same on both. 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. That didn't go down very well. There we go. And that's that bit done. So then we need a bone folder to fold and burnish all these score lines. And here we want to make this a concertina. So we want to go one way and then the other. So we end up with a M or a W, depending on which way you hold it up. So just get them done. I have measured this so it fits an English £20 note. So obviously if you're watching this in a different country, you need to check. So it is 6¼ inches long. Just make it longer if you need to, or you can make it shorter indeed if you're not being as generous as that. If you're putting fivers in, it doesn't need to be so wide. Okay, and I think it'll fit a cheque as well, so if you're putting a cheque in, although who does cheques nowadays? It's all bank transfer. Even my elderly father-in-law does bank transfers now to the kids on their birthdays. So we are going to just do a little notch up to the centre one, which is at ½ inch, just so that it goes in a bit nicer. So do that on both sides. You could of course have done this so that you'd cut it ½ inch wider, but then you would have trimmed down all of this to fold that bit in, and I just thought you've danger there of not cutting straight, and I didn't want that, so I thought we'll do it this way, and that saves that worry. Now we can stick the mats on now if you want to, but I don't want to. Yeah, I will. Actually, I will. I think that's the way I did it in practice. So, but I want it to be magnetised, so we want to stick a magnet on this bit and a magnet on this bit. So I need to get my magnets, actually. Where are they? 1, 2. I have my magnets stuck to my lamp. So these are really little magnets. They're like a millimetre wide or something. So this one we're going to stick under this DSP. And then we're going to have it under the bit that we're going to stamp on there. Do you get what I mean? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this bit on first. I might put it under this. Let me just... I bought magnets from a different place, and they're not as strong. Oh no, that will be fine. That will be fine. They just weren't as strong as what I normally buy, and I found that it's going through two bits of cardstock just wasn't closing as much as I like, but this one will, so I'm going to put it under this. So I'm going to get a glue dot. To stick this. I'll just stick it a little bit down a bit, if I can get away with it. Oh no, I don't want that one quite to the edge, so we will put it there. It's about the centre. And then we'll put a glue dot on, oh, one on my finger, on the other side of there. So then that will fold down, stick on there, and come up, except I've slightly ripped. Oh, because I changed my mind and I moved it, that ain't going to work. Just put another glue dot on there. Good job all that ripping's going to get covered up. Oh dear. Too early in the morning, I think. That's my problem. There we go. Now let's pull them apart. There we go. So that's where we want them. So now we can put our mats on. So I'm gonna stick these two together before I stick it on there. So I'm just using Tombow to stick together. I like Tombow because I like wigglage. And as you can see, I'm prone to slight errors. So yeah, it's a good job I have me wigglage. I'm going to stick that on, and so I need to stamp on the other bit before I stick that down. So this is the bit that's going to go up there, and I'm going to stamp my sentiments. So I've gone with birthday cheers all round, which we always end up having a drink, and so we always cheers each other. So that I thought worked as a really good saying, and really appropriate. So my son's coming round tomorrow, and his dad said, "Shall I make a roast?" And he went, "I'd rather have risotto." So so that'll be nice. Do love a bit of risotto. My other son doesn't like risotto, so we kind of make the most of it when he's not around, and have it. And then I just wanted to have a little bit of something around the saying. So I just did that. Thought that's it, don't need any more. Obviously if it was female you could have used some of the flowers, although men like flowers too, but yeah. Love Night of Navy. Love it, love it, love it. So so yeah. My son also likes white chocolate, so I'd made a gift box using the same papers as the other money wallet I made, and I filled it with different white chocolates because that's what he likes. Oh, see, I told you I needed wigglage. There we go. And that closes nicely. Lovely. Right, so now we need to stick on the front there. So I want to go that way so that the pattern matches. So that's why I did it that way with the stripe, so that it matches. So we'll get this stuck down, and I just think that gives it a nice little finish. There we go. I do love this stripe. Love stripes. And I say I don't like the other side of this paper, as you may know if you've watched me before, but I do love this stripy side. And I was kind of spoilt for choice as to which one to use. There we go, and then we'll just put it on the back. I did, when I was making it, make a belly band, which is another option, rather than do it the way I've done, but I didn't actually like the look of the belly band, and I just thought, well, I want it more like a wallet, and you would just have a bit of a fastening on a wallet. So how do I want it? I want it like that, don't I? Yep. Yeah, that's right. I'll stick that up there to remind me that that's the way I want it to go. Here we are. And then we'll stick these side bits on. So I've got them stuck so that the middle pointy bit points to the outside, so the money can slip in the middle there. If you did it the other way around, kind of, I think, defeats the object of having a little bit of a sort of gusset. And then up on the edge. Do the other side. Lining it up on the edge. Oh, flipping heck. There we go. Need my glasses now because I can't see. And then fold it up, and that is nicely done. Got stickies on my hand now, so that fold down there, that folds down there, so that's nice. So you could use this for tickets, theatre tickets. It might be something nice. I remember my youngest was 21 last year, and he ended up with a wodge of money, and so this is quite cool for them to sort of collect it all up and sort of not lose it. Okay, so now time for the sentiment. So I've got my happy birthday mounted there, and I'm gonna stamp it, if I can actually pick it up, stamp it on a bit of Whisper White with the Night of Navy. I do like it when I make something that's specifically for someone and not just for the sake of making a video. Although I do end up using everything that I make. So just sometimes when I make it, I haven't got a specific idea in mind for it. So that's going to get cut out by the second largest of the smaller stitch rectangles, and then I'm going to cut one out here. And I think I'm going to go for a one take video and not do what I normally do. And I think I'm just going to die cut it here and now. So if you've got these, I've probably told you before, instead of putting them in straight, put them in at an angle, and it goes through better, and it will then cut. Some people found when they first had these that it wasn't cutting first go. It's because they were putting in straight on, and I've always found with straight edge dies that they don't like it when you go in straight on. They like to go in at an angle. So, and then it plays with your eyes because you're trying to line this up straight, but you've got it at an angle. So my head's twisted. I think straight. This is a magnetic plate, which is just such a godsend because I don't need lots and lots of washi. There we go. Oh, there's a retired tartan there, which I use to practice me cards with. So they are going to mat on top of each other. I could have cut the shape out the middle and it being like a double stitched frame, but I'm going to pop it up on dimensional, so I didn't want to do that. Oh, moved it. Stuck fast. There we go, and then I'll just get some dimensionals. On the back, one in the middle, get each of the corners, and that will be that. And then we just need to remember to go cash point today and get him out some money. Otherwise it'll be having IOU or I've transferred the money into your bank account. It's not quite the same, but is an option. And then I'm going to line that up in the middle. I actually might use a ruler, to be fair, here. So what have we got? So it is 6 1/4 wide. I'm just going to eyeball it. Try to get technical. Required maths. That just ain't happening. There we go, and you can see how nice it looks that these stripes sort of line up with each other. So that's it in that version, and that's it in current cardstock version. So there. Hope you like them. Nice little masculine money wallets. Obviously you can use it and make it more sort of feminine if you want to. So hope you like that. Click up there, take you straight to the blog post where all the measurements will be in centimetres as well as inches. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And then go and explore some more. Okay, see you again soon.